you're so confused. You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dog.
Hey, Hog Twins here. Check out our friend Matthew Spirit at his podcast at The Dumb Show and his website, don'tunfriendme.com. Yeah.
Hi, Matthew. It's Judge Janine.
We're all screwed up. PFC. It's a flag company. They make cool flags. Go see them. PFCflags.com. I'm so sick of people. I'm sick. I'm just completely sick of people, Olivia Spear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't know what else. I need to change this because I should be.
You should be on the left.
I don't know why it's
right.
transposed.
And I'm not centered, I see.
What the name of bejesus is going on?
We had cleaners come and they always screw everything up on the set.
The cleaners. There you go. And you're what the? What is wrong with this camera? Hold on. Let me unlock this. Here, let's push. No, gosh darn it. Knock it off. There we go. Move that there. Move that there. Open that up. Move it over. Gosh, damn, you're hot.
Thanks.
I'm just fucking smoking. All right, hold on. Hold on, everybody. This is an impromptu, so I don't want to hear it. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, and I don't like this. This is too low. What the hell's going on?
It's cutting your head off.
That's what she said.
Oh, my goodness.
What is the...
It's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah, that's why we got to get this camera fixed first.
Yeah. We had no prep here.
Who cares? People will
Sometimes
wait.
you got to fly by the seat of your pants.
What the... There we go.
Oh, there's you again.
There's what?
I said there was two of me for a second.
There, that goes like that. And then that goes like that. And then, damn, I look buff in this angle. See, this is the way I should look. And nobody going to say shit about being chunky. You're fucking yoked. Okay, sorry. Feeling a little love. All right, let's do this. All right, folks. I'm so sick of people. Livia, did I tell you?
You just told me, but I don't know why.
Folks, it's Olivia Spear, by the way.
I don't have my buttons. I can't do anything.
Oh, you've got a button, baby.
Just look. That's all it is. I have no idea.
What the?
Yeah, I don't know. So.
Hold on.
I don't have any.
Hold on.
Anything.
Time out. What? What is going on with all my stuff, man? There it is. There you go. Do it. Hit the button. Olivia Spear, everybody. There she is. There she is. Yes. We told Amy to wave off tonight and Leroy to wait. Liv.
What?
Put the damn camera on.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Just say shit. Why don't you ever just cuss? All right. So we told Amy to wave off tonight because we just had a crazy ass thing happen with our son and we had to do family stuff. So needless to say, we didn't prepare for a show. And my screen is now. Okay. I'm going to open you up there. And a little bit bigger there. And move it over there. Okay, folks, we're prepared now. All right. So, needless to say, it's been a crazy situation. So we had to take care of family stuff. We don't need to go into it. It's unimportant. But I did a video earlier today, and we're opening up phone lines. And I need everybody, I don't care who you are. Everybody is welcome. It's right here. Yeah, Ethan's fine. He's 10 years old. He's about ready to start 5th grade, and it's time for him to get off the tit and grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's got to grow up, and he's not there. And he's got to get there. And he's got to get there soonest because 5th grade's tough. And he needs to grow up. That's it. He just needs to grow up. That's all it is. Okay. So you called me, says, I want to see the lamp at all times.
What?
I don't know what he's talking about. So anyway, if call in. If you have been watching this thing in Maui and this fire, you've got to call in. And if you've got some sort of opinion about it. Today I did a video and I took it off that there was this listener, Annie Marcelli. It is just, this is what this is about. Annie Marcelli is just completely destroying Nancy Geringe.
Is it on face?
Yeah, so let me explain. So here's an example of what happened. Here's an example in the video. I did a video on the Maui thing, and I'm like, dude, conspiracy theorists need to shut up. They need to shut up. They need to stop with this thing come on. You guys watch the video. And if you didn't watch the video, I'll tell you all about it. She goes, China and Russia had joint Navy drills at Aleutian Island in Alaska. Yeah. And that happens every single 6 months. They'll use naval, then they'll use marine recon, but they don't do it there. And not marine recon, but marine expeditionary forces. And then they'll do air. These drills happen all the time. We do it too. We do it with Hong Kong and Japan and Australia all the time. Who cares? We're not at war. People are like, she's like, we're at war. I'm like, no, we're not at war. She goes, which is 2,364 miles from Maui. You might as well say it's in California versus New York, which had a major response from U.S. Navy. What was the response? There wasn't a response. You know what we did? We put a couple frigates out there. We put an aircraft carrier out there. We sent over some P3s and some E2s, and we monitored their exercise like we always do with satellites, and we tasked them. I used to task the fracking things. What are you talking about, lady? Don't listen to this guy at all. He gives no facts. We are in a war. What? She's nuts.
Mental war?
He mocks everything. I mock stupidity like I'm doing right now. There are videos of what happened. Listen to Maui people. I have listened to Maui people. You know what they're saying? What in the happened? What happened? This is an incredible event. To have a fire and have a hurricane off the coast with hurricane-like winds, it literally is the perfect storm. It's called a firestorm. They happen. Tell them about Haman.
Oh, gosh. Well,
We'll do that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I go, Nancy, look at all those facts. And then she goes, so Annie Marcelli, who is just awesome, she needs a free t-shirt. She goes, huh? What are you talking about? Don't listen to what guy? And then Nancy goes, this guy yapping. And then I said to her, hold on. This is where these comments are just horrendous. The Facebook sucks. I can't stand. Okay. So then she says, me is who she wants to stop yapping. She knows more about the military than a veteran in former naval intelligence. And then Annie goes, oh, okay, she's one of those. Makes me wonder why or how she thinks she knows more than a person who actually served. Nancy goes, no, just paying attention to actions behind the chatter worldwide. We've been at war, in case you didn't know. And Annie goes, you seem to have an opinion. Maybe you should explain how you might know more than someone else. Just saying. And Annie says, may I ask what war you're talking about and with whom? Nancy goes, you don't know anything of me. Look into it yourself. That's what they always do, right? You need to wake up and do more research. Okay, what should I be researching? I mean,
exactly.
Should I anal warts? I mean, what do you want me to read? Okay. And then Nancy goes, never said I know more. Out of here. Y'all keep yapping. Okay, Tupac. And then Annie goes, well, thanks for answering my question. Not goodbye. Have a good night. Annie Marcelli. Hold on. We are talking about you live. Shit. Type Matthew live right now. Come on real quick. And God.
Would you like me to do it for you, dear?
Oh my God, maybe. Come get a free t-shirt. I'm gonna give her a free t-shirt.
Sure.
Okay, so listen. Folks, I don't know everything. Okay? I don't know everything. I've never look for her, will you?
What's her name?
And be looking for questions. Annie Marcelli. We said it 40 times, Sweet Pea.
Apparently, I'm
Okay, do me a favor. Just you're hot, and that's why
I'm
we're
gonna sit here and be hot.
You're
Not
hot.
say
That's
anything.
all you got to do. So hey, do me a favor. Write down questions or anything, and call in if you want to. I would love to have you call. So I did a video, and there was a guy named like TPV, the Patriot Voice or some crap, and I followed him on Twitter, and he had this harebrained concoction. Now, this is the problem with conspiratorial type things, is that they have some sort of semblance of truth in them. And I never said that some of the things he said weren't true. I just said him putting them all together in the manner that he did was a complete nonsensical BS experiment and failure. He believes that space lasers from satellites,
Space lasers.
right? Space
I wonder if he's
lasers.
been talking to the kid from Kindergarten Cop.
Maybe. Hi, Greg. So, space laser. There she is.
What?
No, that's Debbie. Debbie, you look like Annie Maricelli. Where the hell's... Got to find her. All right. So, someone find Annie Maricelli on the site. Tell her to get her ass in here. I want to talk to her. I want to give her a free t-shirt. All right. I know this seems discombobulated, but we didn't prepare for the show tonight. So, I make some points, some simple points. Here they are. It's not space lasers. They didn't set the fires. Okay? So here's the proof I got. People are crazy. Republicans, what the hell is wrong with what's wrong with you? You sound like leftists. I'm baffled.
Governors say that it's global warming.
Annie Maricelli is right here. Annie, get a free t-shirt tonight. Why? Because you raffle-po Nancy online.
Annie's on.
Yeah, Annie's on. Annie, she popped smoke so quick. You destroyed her in 2 posts. And then she's like, I'm out of here. Screw this. You get a shirt. Go to the dumbshow.com. Email me at owner@don'tunfriendme.com. Tell me which shirt you want, what
Pop
size. Jeez, Liv. Which shirt you want, what size, and your address, and I'll make sure we send one out to you. It's yours. Annie, you're amazing. Okay, so space lasers. Now, here's their proof. Does everybody want to see it? Now, this one guy goes, dude, there's space laser evidence out there. I'm like, I know, I've seen them, bro. They're all over Twitter. Like this. Okay, everyone look at that. What does that look like? Looks like a space laser, right? Looks like a space laser.
Sure.
Well, hold on a second. What are you talking about? It's got an explosion. It's got a solid
Is
beam
that
of...
from Independence Day?
Liv, that's green.
Oh, excuse me.
This is orange. Sorry. No, it's not from Independence Day. Welcome to Earth.
I want to say Armageddon, but I'm not going.
Yeah, if you want to deep impact later tonight, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, like
That's going to happen.
the post from last night. Oh my gosh.
The post. What did you do to a post? What are you talking? What
No.
Did you get video?
No, the Facebook post from last night.
What happened last? Oh, yeah, this lady. Oh, hold on. No,
Yeah.
this one's great. So this lady comes on.
Wait, go finish your laser story.
Okay,
and
see,
then-
I'm squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So deep impact, right? So they're like, this is a space laser. Here's an example. And I'm like, really? Well, this isn't the Death Star. This isn't Independence Day. This isn't Star Trek 3, or was that 1? Wherever the one where they drill into the core and Xeno
Or Dr. Evil and his giant
Right,
laser, as
right.
Matt just said on YouTube.
right.
That's a great
So
comment.
so let me explain to you. Does anyone want to guess what this is? Anyone want to break it down for me what this is?
Diane from Rumble says it's a transformer.
It's not a transformer.
But that's what it looks
But
like
this
in
is
the
what they
movies.
said, right? This is what they're saying. This is what happened No, this isn't Maui, but this is an example of space lasers shooting the United States. Does anyone want to know what that is? Okay, you ready?
I do.
Okay, I'll tell you. Well, hold on. Let me show you the second one first. Now, this is the one that I'm like, whoa, this is really good. Okay, so we're gonna do, everyone see this one? Look at this one. It's another space laser, right? Coming from space. Let me explain a few things. Okay, we'll do this together. First, I'm gonna put this one right here. Okay, this one's down here. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Does anybody want to tell me what is that a rocket launch? Tuner, that's very, very close. This one right here, this orange mass, right? This is actually a plant that was on fire that hit fuel tanks and exploded. And that line that you're seeing there is called refraction. It's called lens flare. It happens in cameras, especially when you're shooting in low light. And when you all of a sudden get a flash of light, you get refraction. And that's all it is. If you've ever watched Star Trek, speaking of Star Trek, go watch J.J. Abrams. He's renowned for lens flare. And it's when you have a light shooting directly into the lens and the aperture of the lens can't handle that, so the light splits. And then the photo sensor catches it. Does everyone understand? That is not a space laser. Okay? Just want everyone to know. Not a space laser. Completely fake. Now, here's another one for you. Real simple. This one, you should be able to tell. I have helped you all enough. Now, when I post this earlier, the guy's like, dude, you're posting proof. Ha 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 ha. You're posting proof. You're actually showing evidence of space lasers. You're proving my case. And then I'm like, dude, these are fake, bro. That's why I'm posting them. And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Screw you, dude. Block. Gone. Does anyone want to tell me what this is? Can anyone tell me from the photo why this is completely bunk and not a space laser and completely fake?
Is it photoshopped?
No, it's not photo. It's actually real. Tuner says, you take out all the fun out of conspiracies. You're damn right I do, because I destroy them and they hate me for it. And it's not liberals. It's my Republican listeners are farking flipping out. It's like I said that something bad about Trump or something. It's not fake. This one is completely legitimate. It's completely real. Let me tell you why it's wrong. Okay? This is a time lapse of a rocket taking off. It's a time lapse. How do you know that? Do you guys see the ocean right there? Look at the ocean down here. You see it? That's the motion of the waves and the tide. And they're fuzzy because they're overlapping on each other in a time lapse. If you look at the clouds are fuzzy. Not because of the quality of the picture, but why is the ground and the hills perfectly in sync? Well, it wasn't a very windy day, so the clouds have less movement than the ocean, but the ocean always moves, as we know, and therefore you see motion in the ocean. No, I'm a poet, I didn't know it. You see nominal cloud movement because there was not high winds during a rocket takeoff, but look at the land and the terrain. It's perfectly in picture. You can see that you can count the bushes down here because, folks, the hills don't move, and neither do bushes. So it's a time lapse. I can also look at the dissipation and the cloud dissipation. I can see remnants of clouds on clouds on clouds. You can see that there's shadow on the right-hand side. Folks, I did this for a living. I'm really good at it. So when they say space lasers, I also saw some video of the space lasers. Would anyone like to watch the video?
Sure.
I'll bring that in a minute. So let me explain something. I'm going to give you the very basic knowledge, and I wish Leroy was here, but he's not, is that lasers have been used for satellites for decades. Decades. If you guys remember simple point-and-shoot lasers, you know, the ones that you can see at concerts and stuff, have been used to use for taking sound and listening to sound. They used to have these with radar-based devices. Well, now they can go through walls. Now they can tap in through the DC and AC and listen to frequency waves if they really want to. They can't discern everything in a conversation, but they can tell elevated voices, how many people are in a room, things to that effect. these things used to be able to paint a laser on a basketball and read Wilson on it from space. And that's when I was in. The advancement now and the quality of the photographs that they have can actually do facial recognition from space. And how do you do that when they're shooting straight up and straight down? Because they have horizon targeting now. They can use refraction. They can use one satellite here, here, and get a three-dimensional image of you if they really wanted to. Folks, the technology is there because we've seen it with drones. We've seen it with 360 cameras. They don't need to use satellites anymore. They can use drones. They can use larger vessels. There's no doubt all this stuff exists. I know it exists because I used it. The difference is, and also there are space lasers. I want everyone to understand that. There are laser weapons that are used by the United States Navy. There's been testing of a railgun. All this stuff is used. Okay? There you go. But the point is, why the frack do you think it's used in Maui? Why do you think someone would start a fire that could actually leave evidence of it caught on camera? Hawaii, which has a ton of observatories, one of the largest tourist areas in the height of tourist season, and someone's not going to go ahead and catch a laser beam from space that's causing fire and explosions. They also said there were bombs that went off.
That would be the propane and trees exploding.
People, they were laying bombs all over. I heard explosions. Well, that's what happens when you're in a fire. Trees explode.
Yeah, you can actually, the 30-second video of Lahaina, you can actually hear the trees popping and exploding in the background.
And the reason why is that, and people go, well, how come that tree didn't burn? How come that tree still standing? Well, because it was a flash fire. It goes in at an extremely quick movement because it's going 80 miles an hour. It burns everything, takes the oxygen out of the place, and it moves on and jumps to the next spot. And if it doesn't jump to the next spot, embers will. And trees will often have their foliage and not have a lick on them. The reason why is because a tree is round. We know this. It's extremely dense. It's very wet, very moist inside. Has foliage as well that could be also damp and wet. And it takes sustained heat to boil that tree till it starts leaking its blood, its sap, which is very, very flammable.
That tree's 50 years old. They don't know if it's dead or not. Over 50% of the inner bark has to be fried in order for the tree to die. So they don't know if it
And it shows you
yet.
It did not get hot enough fast enough. No, like, how come a building? Well, a building has convection because the glass pops. 80 miles an hour, heat sustained, glass is going to break, you're going to have airflow, and it's going to look like World Trade Center. It's going to be a convection oven. That's what's going to happen. Everything inside is going to ignite, catch fire, and it's going to burn from the inside, which also shows you why everything is ash. Most apartment buildings do not burn. There's remnants of internal beams. And it burned from the inside out. It is the worst type of fire, and it went unchecked because it literally is a furnace. And if you don't believe me, go get yourself an industrial fan at 80 miles an hour and go to your campfire. I want you to put 7 bales of hay downwind from that fan. And when every single one of them at various distances catch fire, come back to me and now scale the model. Scale the model. Well, Matt, how come things are 10 miles away? Well, it's a campfire roughly the size of a small town. And you got 80 miles of wind pushing. And at 80 miles an hour, you're not just pushing tiny little embers the size of cigarettes. You're pushing softball size type of stuff around that are fully lit. Folks, this is what happens in fires. It happens all the time. That's why winds are so dangerous. And that's why firefighters know something called convection. And solar convection is single-handedly the most important thing to a firefighter because what they do know is that during the day, fires burn a certain way, and at night, they also burn a certain way. And most fires will go ahead and burn down in the day from the heat and the pressure. And then at night, convection takes place, and the cold air pushes and dampens the fire, and usually it backburns into its own imprint, which stops most fires, unless it's moving east to west. But north to south fires usually are controlled by day to nighttime temperatures. How do I know this? Matt, how do you know everything? Tell him, Liv.
Your dad was a fire captain.
And a fire science professor at Oxnard Community College. And when I have to listen to his stories incessantly, and I have a memory that remembers everything I hear, kind of helps. Now, there you go with the fire, okay? Now, I also know about the indigenous people. I also know after the last 20 years, I know about the mineral rights. I understand the property rights as the government. I understand they're renting and leasing that land. I understand that land is wanted for other things. I get all of these things. I understand the struggles. But once again, just because that's true doesn't mean that lasers from space started fires to go ahead and cause billions of dollars in damage and murder people in order to go ahead and put in an artificial intelligence government. Oh my God.
The fact that people are trying to politicize this and so many people have died. It's just
Dude,
sad.
it's so ridiculous.
It's
I
sad.
understand that the AI summit was there. I understand there's World Economic Forum. I understand the governor also just proposed last year eminent domain. I understand all of these things. I also understand that they want to make Maui the first green and Hawaii the first fully green autonomous state. I get that. Great. But it doesn't mean there's space lasers cooking off rounds or bombs or whatever when you literally could just go and short circuit your toaster in an apartment building with those winds and that situation in the right area. Someone could have struck a match in the right place and that whole place would have went up just the same. I understand everybody's comments. I understand everybody, but you are not the left. Stop acting like it. Since when do we believe everything we hear and see and read? Well, I don't understand. It's okay to ask questions, but there's people out there espousing that this is fact. Saying this happened. This is happening. George Soros and Charles or Schwab or whatever what is his name? I don't even know what Schwab's name is.
Charles?
No, it's not Charles Schwab. That's a freaking banking thing. Whatever Schwab's name is. I don't even care. That's how much I don't care. Klaus Schwab. World Economic Forum. See, I got it before you did. But I don't care about that. Because you can tell any story you want. Let me give you an example. Here it is. First of all, Angel gave us some great reporting. She found some things. And what she found was the following. Is that phone services were down because of the high winds and hurricane, which makes sense. Cell phone towers were sporadic at best. And the emergency response that they would normally send out from an auditory standpoint was not lit. And this new system that shows volcanoes and seismic activity was not utilized for fire. And that's something we need to investigate. We've got to look into it. But firefighters who I've spoken to and retired military, naval, aviator, and sailor who live on Maui explained to me that this happened so fast that it was like Chicago fire time. It was absolutely a death trap. It was just so fast and so aggressive.
People couldn't get out. They were jumping in the ocean. There's
7-8 hours in the ocean, grandmas and kids.
13-year-old boy with younger siblings and the family jumped in the ocean, and they stood in the ocean for 8 hours until it was cool enough to go back on land. I mean, I watched the interview with the kid. It's Hayden's age. Just sad.
And listen to me. Folks, okay. I want you to stop and think. What you're saying is that a foreign country didn't do this, because nobody's saying that. I haven't heard it's Russia or China. I've heard that it's our own government lighting Maui on fire in order to scar the earth for 20 years, because you don't understand what these fires do.
And cripple Hawaii's economy,
right,
because it's based on their entire economy is based on tourism. And
And
Lahaina is a huge tourist attraction.
Yep.
And it's gone.
And the
how
reef
many
is already
billions-
gone.
How many billions of dollars did they lose?
Billions. The reef, the 2 million people visit there for trips every single year.
On top of the fact that it's like $5.8 billion in damage, and then the billions of dollars they're going to lose without the
and the
tourism.
lawsuits. And let's not consider any water tables or standing ponds. The coral reef there was already dead from the crazy heats and the amount of heat that was actually baking the water and killing the reef. You're going to have poisoned fish. Then you're going to have wildlife that are going to go ahead and die. Folks, this is going to be nasty. I want you to consider this. Now, people are like, well, Oprah Winfrey and everyone else is selling their house 30 cents on the dollar. Okay, you guys need to stop. This is just like Palestine, Ohio. This is just like bioweapon labs. Remember when I blew that shit apart? I need you to I need you to ask why. I need you to stop believing everything you read, because if everything's a psyop, then you're a psyop. If everything's a psyop, you're a psyop too. And I'm a psyop. Wouldn't you like to be a psyop too? Psyop pepper, be a psyop pepper. Come on, man. You're giving our government too much credit. There's people on here turning on me. You're a freaking wake up. You're blind. How do you not see what's happening?
These aren't regulars, are they?
I don't know. I've got hundreds of thousands of followers now. I don't know. But people need to stop. I remember Mount St. Helens. I talked about that in the show. If you haven't seen the show, you need to watch the show. I almost want to play it right now because, folks, these things happen. Hayman Fire, tell them.
Oh
Tell them the whole story.
I think it was June of 2000.
Can I do what you do? No, it was August. It was August. August, Olivia. Okay. August. No, Olivia, it was August. 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 That's what you do.
You done?
That's what you do.
Okay. Okay.
That's what you do.
Remember things people have said. I remember freaking dates,
August.
names, and birthdays.
August.
It was not August.
Okay, great. Let's look. We're going to look. Hayman Fire, Colorado, month. Let's take a look. Yeah, she's right.
Told you. I know dates.
She's
just
right.
like Ethan knows
I knew
sports
she was
scores.
right.
I know dates. You can
I knew she
remember
was-
everything
I knew,
else.
I knew she was right because I'm never right on dates.
No, you aren't. Ever.
I was asking for drama.
Yep.
That's all. Good
Yep.
job. Good job, honey.
Thank you.
You're right. You know what, honey? Guess what?
It's my one
Right
time
here.
to be right.
No,
this
right
year.
here. We're married. You're always right. Go ahead.
He's only playing that for the camera.
No, that's true. You are always right. Here, you know what we need? Do we have Obama? Where's Obama? Do we have a let me finish somewhere? Oh, I already got it. Too late.
Do you want to tell the story or are you going to let me finish?
I beat you to it.
I think that was mine.
That was mine.
No, mine turned off first.
Do you want to tell the story or are you going to let me finish?
You did it again. You were just as slow as last time. Look
Do
at
you
you.
want to tell the story or are you going to let me finish?
All right, go ahead. Tell your story.
All right. So we I don't
The
know.
impromptu shows are always the
Yeah.
best.
So it was, I don't know if you were working that day, but I know it was my day off. And I was 20 with no kids. So I went out to go sunbathe and just chilling.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We get no, I don't think you were. We
Hold
get
on, hold on, hold on.
phone-
Okay, hold on. Shh. Okay.
You had
20
to think about
sunbathing.
when I was 20 in my bikini.
You still look as good now.
Thank you.
You look like you're 20 still.
Appreciate it.
You can't fit in the bikini anymore.
No, I can't.
But you're hotter
I've
than
had
hell.
2 children, so
You look so good.
Thank
And you really look good. In fact, we should just take a break. Folks, we're going to intermission. We'll be back. By the way, folks, Leroy's thing. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Sorry. All right, go ahead. Tell your story. You tell the damn story and stop
It's been
wasting
one of
time.
those days. So we get a phone call from his parents that say we're being evacuated right now, and they live 45 minutes away from us up in Pine.
45 minutes for lesser human beings.
Yeah, Pine, Colorado.
No. 45 minutes for lesser human beings. This is me you're talking.
I'm still.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
So we get up there in 20 minutes.
20.
And we
I was
get
doing
it.
like, what, a $1.30?
Oh gosh, we went so fast. And I mean, it's a windy road, like up a mountain.
Dude.
So we get up there, we try
Like
to turn.
every defensive driving military style course that I ever took came out that night. And she's just the oh shit handle. Like literally, she's like this, just like, holy shiznit. Because she used to be like, Dad, you drive too fast. No, that's too fast. I must have been doing 135
Oh,
in a Subaru what? like a GX or some crap. It was nothing. It was a Subaru 4-door.
Yeah, it was my little Subaru that I bought in high school.
Anyway, Subaru.
So we get up to the top of the road and it's already blocked off. It's barricaded.
Cops are there.
And where he's like, I'm going to go get my parents. He's like, no one's passing. And he's like,
it's like,
either.
No, she doesn't know what I did. She doesn't know.
That's part of the story.
So I was still military intelligence. I still had concealed carry. I still had authorization from the governor of the state. So I just flashed credentials, and the guy's like, you know what, dude, I'm not gonna waste my. Just go, just get him and get him out of here.
He actually drove us up to the house.
Yeah,
he drove us up to the house in the cop car. We get there.
No. He followed us.
No,
because you had to have a car to leave. They followed us.
The Subaru was parked up there. I drove. Oh,
that's right. Car. Yep. You're telling the story. Sorry, Obama.
I drove your mom's car.
Come on, man.
So exactly.
Do you want to tell the story? Or are you going to let me finish?
I'm going to let you finish. I'm sorry.
You.
Go ahead. This is the one you always get right. I'm sorry. I'm shutting up.
So he drives us to the house, and they're frantically, getting family heirlooms and the family Bible and everything into the car. They've got both the cats and the cat cages in the car, and we're getting them everything out. We're like, we got 5 minutes, and we got to go. And I get his mom in the car, and I turn around. I'm like, let's go. And Matt looks at me and goes, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here with Dad.
That's not what I said.
I don't know what you said.
I said to her, my dad is not going to go. He thinks he's Captain Firefighter. He thinks he's still a fire captain, and he's playing backdraft. And he's going to die. And I can't let him die on this hill. I'm the only one that can carry him. There's water 1.5 miles down here that I know I can get him to. In case this thing starts hitting, I know how to get there. I can get on the ATV or get on the tractor. He can't do that alone. And I'm not going to leave my dad up here to die. And I did it when I was eye rolling the whole time. I'm like this. Like, I wish I could, but I can't. Because at that point, I was still incessantly loyal to my parents. So I stayed.
Yeah. So I had to drive the car out.
No, well, what did we do? We said, come on. I mean, literally, we thought that was it.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was never going to see you again.
There was fire everywhere, folks. You're talking mountainous valleys just all over.
This started so fast. I mean, fast. And it just went everywhere. And so when I'm driving the car back up the road with his mom in it, I get down out of their little street to turn onto the main road, and I look, and there is flames freaking 100 feet in the air, 10 feet away from me.
These homes had 1,000-gallon, 500-gallon propane tanks to get through winter, right? And all of those were dormant. They were still, semi-moderately full. Because a lot of people would pump up in June and August in anticipation for October. It would get cold up in Denver in October up at that altitude. It's 12,000 feet. Mm-hmm. So these 1,000-gallon propane tanks, once the regulators popped off, and they would go up 1,000, 2,000 feet straight up in the air. And I mean, man, I swear.
And the trees.
Trees were exploding. I mean, you would hear it. They would go. I mean, and every 5 seconds, trees were exploding. And there were millions of trees. I mean, this
is a forest.
It is mountains. Massive and we are in valleys, and we are up, and it is dry, and it is horrible. And it's just enough oxygen, just enough winds. And this fire is less than a quarter mile away from us on all sides. Talking about convection, my dad and I are watching it. And I'm looking at it. He's looking at it. We're just staring at the hill, going, come on, cold air. Come on, cold air. And it started to lay down. And we're like, okay, so cold pressure's coming in. That's good. There's no more heat rising off. Solar radiation doesn't heat the Earth's crust. We're not going to see that thing continue to climb over the ridge. And then we look, and there's another ridge, and fucking fire. A straight line over the mountain. I mean, for miles, just the whole fire. And we're like, oh my God, we're going to fucking die. My dad's like, we got this. I'm like, Dad, we have 2 shovels. You have fireman jacket. We have no running water. The water, the well is shut off.
Yeah,
I said, Dad, we can't fight this. What do you want to do? Piss on it? We can't fight this thing. If this thing jumps and it crosses the road, we're going to go up like a Roman candle. The entire bed is all copper and brass colored pine needles and cones. I'm not kidding. My dad was a smoker, and when he would go up our driveway, he would flick it out in the dirt. And I'd go out there and step on it every time because he's a fireman. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to kill us. And he wanted to fight this thing. So I'm not kidding. We would sit up there with binoculars. I had my 308 with my scope on it that was still at the house, and I would use that. So I took the scope off. My dad had his binoculars, his ruby reds, and we would scan quarter mile, 360 degrees around our property. And whenever we saw a spark or every saw, and it was, embers would land, and then boom, a fire would start. We get up, we would get in the car, drive down that area, run down the gully, and start shoveling dirt on these fires. And I must have done that 150 times that night. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, I am like, dude, Dad, it's 100 degrees. We have no water. We can't even get water. We drain the toilets because we put them in canvas deer skins to squeeze on the fire. We couldn't get water. Water was 1.5 miles away. And I'm like, we're going to die if this thing comes any closer. And so I got him to leave. So I said, Dad, the fire did not crest the hill. Let's go. So I finally got him to go. And I'm like, dude, let the house burn. Who gives a shit? Just let it go. Get the insurance money. And we go down to my apartment. And then he does what, Liv?
Well, that was just a miserable night because your mom and I sat in the Safeway parking lot because that was the closest place we could sit. And we sat there for 10 hours. And finally, they're like, if you've got a place to go, you just need to go. So finally, we go down to our apartment. And I left the Subaru there for Matt in the parking lot with the keys. And I forgot to take the apartment key off. Mm-hmm. So we get back to the apartment at like 1 a.m. and we have to call a locksmith. So that was fun. Right. And it was a 650 square foot, 1-bedroom condo.
Which I could have picked that damn lock in my sleep, a credit card, and I could have got in that house.
And we had 4 cats and they had 2 cats. So we had to lock their cats in the bathroom. And just, it was miserable. And finally, at like, I don't know what, 3, 4 in the morning, you guys get down here?
Yeah, I'll tell it real quick. Rhiannon, you can call in. I just linked the thing if you want to call in. We get down there and we sit down and my dad goes, I'm going back. And I'm just like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, don't go up there again. I'm not going with you this time. I'm not going to do it. Needless to say, he went up. He didn't do anything. No fires. We had literally... Like, I swear, we must have moved a 1/4 mile circle of pine needles and brushed them back and did controlled burns. I mean, when those little fires would come in, we would clear the area completely, and then we would burn off those needles safely. And there was no way, unless it got into the trees, we had saved that property. Well, my dad got there probably 5 in the morning. And then a C-130 drops slurry all over the house and his car and the garage. And of course, once there's slurry on a house, it ain't going to burn. I mean, you could just sit there. You could hit it with a blowtorch for 7 hours and that slurry is not going to light. So he finally came home and the house was saved. But
it was a long, interesting night. And that fire burned over 250,000 acres. And it was started by a forest ranger.
Yeah.
A freaking heartbroken, pissed off forest ranger. I don't know if her boyfriend...
She was burning her love letters and all his shit.
Yeah, her boyfriend or her husband, she'd either found out he'd just had an affair or he cheated on her or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, she was burning all his shit.
And she was burning his love letters and burning stuff and didn't do it properly in a fire pit and left.
Well, she didn't bury it.
She
just covered it surface level, and the wind came up and blew it off. And anyone that knows,
we were already under red condition anyway. We were not supposed to burn.
Oh, we weren't in red. We were literally in like ultra freaking maroon death glare.
Yeah, don't burn and like no.
Don't even
fires.
barbecue. Like don't even light a barbecue. Like it's so bad in Colorado during those drier conditions because it's so freaking high with the altitude, and it's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was horrible. So she owes millions of dollars. or spent some time in jail. And then I remember afterwards, I don't know if they were having like town hall meetings or stuff like that. Well, there was this one rich dude who had a huge house.
I told this on the show.
And I don't know where it's at, town hall or something, but he's up there with people who have lost everything. Like pets. No, I mean, they lost their pets because it was too fast. They couldn't get family heirlooms or pictures. And this is early 2000s before digital cameras had really taken off. So, I mean, they lost everything. Yeah. And this guy stands up and goes, I wish my house would have just burned to the ground.
He sued the department.
Because his property value went down. What a fucking jackass.
Wow.
I mean, I can't believe he would say something. I mean, how insensitive.
Well, he sued the town of Pine, Colorado, and he sued the department for not letting his house burn because they let some houses burn. Well, because they were not salvageable. They couldn't get to them. You got to understand, you're at the mercy of your engine or your ladder and whatever it's got in it. That's it. There's no, you can't tap into a well. That's going to last like 2 seconds with a fire hose and a pump. It's just impossible. What are you going to do? Hook up to the garden hose? They don't have the means to tap the well for every single house. So they only have what's in their overall engines.
Yeah, most of the houses on your parents' side of the road did survive.
Yeah, well, that's because my dad and I, we saved at least 25 houses. We saved the big one up top, the neighbor, the guy across, I mean, the Whale Rock area. I mean, we were going around for literally walking around at night based upon the glow you could see from the fires. It's incredible. We were just literally putting out little fires all night long. That's all we did. So when people are like, how did all these fires just randomly spawn in Maui? It's called embers, guys and girls. And in a dry climate, if a cigarette can create things like some of the fires you've seen in California, imagine what an ember, a piece of char, can do that smolders like a cigar. And it only takes heat. It doesn't even have to be glowing red. If that thing is pushing 150, 165 with those 80-mile-an-hour winds, it's going to light that thing up like a freaking Roman candle. I don't understand why everyone thinks that a government that wants to go ahead and take over the American people needs to be subtle about it. The United States government is a lot of things, but can we have just a modicum of faith that not everything bad that happens? My whole point of my show this morning was to say this didn't happen during Hurricane Harvey. Nobody talked about cloud seeding and that you know, they're trying to move the Los Angeles Lakers to Houston, so they flooded it. You know, none of that stuff. We all just came together and we did what was necessary to survive, and we pulled together as a unit. Those days are gone. There is so much distrust in the government. We don't know what to believe. We believe the Barbie movie is a threat to the patriarch. It's a fictitious doll without genitalia. If you're relying on Barbie to set the frickin' family values in your home, you've already lost. You've already lost. Barbie? Really? That's where we draw the line. Barbie was fine. I hated the movie, but I didn't care. Barbie should be feminist, shouldn't it? At least they're not making her have a dick. At least they define what a woman is in Barbie. That's a man. That's a woman. Holy crap. Finally, a movie got it right that was from the woke left. We should be celebrating that. We shouldn't be crying about it. When I left Barbie, I felt just as masculine. Just as masculine. Because you know what I said? Well, I'm not a fucking beta like Ken.
Yeah, I want to go to my Mojo Dojo Casa.
Sorry for the language. We've got to just calm down. Everything's going to be found out. But you know what? You guys were just up in arms over a Chinese spy balloon, just up in arms about Ohio and Palestine, and the train wreck that happened there. You guys were all about the frickin' the World Economic Forum and the Davos Summit. You guys were up in arms about the UN in Canada. You guys were all crazy about that the World Health Organization is going to take over and take the sovereignty of the United States and start imposing COVID laws. When are y'all just going to stop? And stop getting gaslit over this stuff. These people are killing your brain. And every single person that I said, please show me the hate that I gave Megan Rapinoe. Please show me how I was hateful towards her. You know what they do? They pop smoke. But the first thing they come in, you're a hateful bigot. Show me how. Please show me what I said that was bigoted. Please point out the line in the video. You know what they do? They can't. So they just leave. Every one of them, they just leave. Poof, gone. Well, the same people who are talking trash about my video when it comes to Maui and the space lasers, they're like, you need to open your eyes. Like, tell me why. Tell me what I missed. Tell me what I said that wasn't accurate. Oh, well, all you're doing is projecting your truth. No, what I'm doing is telling you what the current state of the facts are, and those may change. And what I'm not doing is making shit up in lieu of not knowing. That's very different than what this guy was doing in Twitter. He was making stuff up. He was selling you a narrative that wasn't true. All right. So I'm just grumpy tonight, and I'm just, this is one of the nights where I'm just like, dude, people will not frickin' get it. They won't get it. Glenn says, Matt, I heard a missile strike blew up a couple houses in Pennsylvania. Yep, that's what happened. Yep. They're sending missiles. The United States is testing missiles in Pennsylvania.
Lee just made a comment that I will not share on it.
What did this?
It's so freaking funny.
Can you PG it?
No. Oh, I guess. I mean, we're all adults, right? So he said,
Is this inappropriate?
no,
Hold
it's
on.
not
With
anymore.
you, no, you said struck match. So I don't trust you.
No, it's a Barbie joke.
No, hold on a second.
It's a Barbie joke. I replied to it, so.
That's actually really good.
Is it freaking funny?
Yeah, you got to tell him that. You gotta tell
Okay,
him.
so Lee Houston, this is friggin' hilarious. So why is there no pregnant Barbie? Because Ken came in a different box. So wrong.
James Cote says,
So many ways.
I'm listening to you on speakerphone in Waterbury VT, and the couple of VT liberals just said this is too much and walked away. But what did I say that's too much? Everything I just said is like actually like saying conservatives need to stop this stuff, this conspiracy theory crap. I mean, see, this is the thing. Liberals don't want to hear anything that doesn't literally chime to their music. If it's a different beat, different lyrics, different sound, they just, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's ridiculous. The truth of the matter is this, is Republicans, conservatives have always been suspicious of our government. We've never trusted the government. We've always believed the government should remain small and insignificant in our lives. And if we feel them, then they're overreaching. Yes. Democrats believe nothing that is not told to them by other Democrats. They don't have original thought. They all do group, and any liberals in the audience, come fight me on it. Because I'm going to ask you, like, what do you think of abortion? I'm for it. What do you think about the military? It needs to be downsized. What do you think about globalism? It's important. We need to go ahead and impact the rest of the world. What do you think about Ukraine? It's the greatest thing we're ever involved in. But I can actually talk to conservatives and say, what do you think about Ukraine? Well, I'm not a big fan, but I don't like Russia either. Okay, good. Well, that's not necessarily a Republican thing. It seems now the ultra-right believe you have to like Russia. Well, I don't like Russia. Okay, talk to me about Trump. I think he'd be an asshole, but I like his policies. Has everyone ever heard them say anything like that about Biden? He's a complete dud, and he literally is a diaper-wearing insult. But I like his policies. Nope, not one. Nobody. There's nobody on the planet who's ever said those words. Liberals don't think for themselves. And that's why it's called collectivism. And that's why it's called a majority. It's called mob rule. And that is the difference between a democracy and a republic. Republic focuses on the individual's rights. It doesn't focus on collectivism. It believes all boats rise at high tide. Democrats believe that collectivism, populism, overall populism around the state is the most important thing. And that once we reach a certain level of utopia, that the United States should go out and spread it to the rest of the world and be the kings of the world. It's not what I believe. But I am telling you right now, they are absolutely spoon-fed everything they think. You know, I don't like Fox News, but at least Fox News asks questions. Have you ever watched CNN? It literally is us versus them every minute of the day. At least Fox makes an attempt sometimes to give you a little bit more than just one side. James says, I told them the name of the show. You should have told them to come on and stop being complete Birkenstock hippies. All right. Liv, you got anything?
We could talk about Katy Perry
All right, let's do that real quick.
and Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, let's talk about that, and then we're going to pop smoke because I want to. Keenan Carnes is here. I saw Keenan online on Facebook. We had an interaction, I believe.
Or you could talk about the comment from last night.
Oh, let's do that. And then we got to talk about Katy Perry, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Quick show. And I have a busy day tomorrow.
Oh, yes, you do. So do I.
And a big interview. So this lady comes on. By the way, folks, I didn't know this, but comments and reactions you haven't been able to see on my posts because Facebook turned it off. It's been that way for 2 years. I didn't know. So now if you go to posts, you'll be able to see the amount of likes. And I don't know. Do you care about that stuff? I mean, some viewers were like, you're hiding your reacts. I'm like, why do I care? In fact, I would want to show my reacts because sometimes my reacts aren't as good, but a lot of times they're freaking rock star. This is one that was really funny. This lady comes on. Her name's Darcy, which immediately means that Olivia hates her just because she's named Darcy. And Darcy O'Connor says, the only thing choking is your mouth on your tiny dick. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll give her that. And can I just ask a question? Why are liberals obsessed with my dick? Every single day, a liberal talks about my dick. My big brown dick. My big brown dick. I had all the cards on it this summer, and they had a good time too. Hey, look. It's Ben's wife. Ben's wife is always jumping on my dick. Hey, Ben. Yeah, you've got a nice dick, okay? I always send my secretary my dick pics. She loves my dick. Sometimes my dick gets brown and splintered and dry. There's a way to go ahead and stop dick splintering. First, you must wash your dick. Then, dry your dick. Then put on Dick's Schaefer's deck sealant. It'll give you a nice glowing shine. I've got the nicest dick in the town. It's the talk of the town. Schaefer's deck sealant. Anyway, so she's talking about my dick. And then I say, if it is tiny, Darcy, why am I choking? And why are you fantasizing about it anyway? I'm married, pumpkin. Pass on the foreplay. Then I put my just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And then Olivia comes in with a strike and just completely throws just a high and tight right to the chin across the plate, 98 mile an hour, high and tight fastball, and says, Darcy O'Connor, I am the one doing the choking. And she actually puts a little eggplant emoji on it too, which gives me a lot of faith that my dick is big and purple.
Hope it's not purple. I think it's got no oxygen.
It's swollen. I've got a swollen dick. Do you have swollen dick? Try Schaefer's dick sealant. You guys, if you haven't seen, that
It's
skit,
Schaefer's deck sealant on YouTube.
Schaefer's deck sealant on
There's
YouTube.
2 commercials, and it's second one's not as funny as the first one, but
The
they're
second
both,
one's pretty funny.
yeah.
If
You
you've
just still had your New Zealand accent right there.
if you've got
Just snorted.
last summer I had a hole in my dick, and you don't want a hole in your dick. So what did I do? I stuck some cock into it. I fucked it with some cock. Schaefer's cock. And for those extra big holes, you can get Schaefer's African style cock. You got a hole in your cock and your dick, fucks it with some cock. Oh, I love that guy. I love him. It's so good. People are like, we just lost like 27 viewers. They're just like, this is just so freaking horrible. I can't stand it.
Just the look on his face during the whole video.
It's so good. I almost want to get it. I
We
almost
showed it like 2 weeks.
I know, and I kind of want to show it again. It's so good for the people who don't understand how funny it is.
Show of hands. Do you want to see it? Give it a couple minutes.
Scuba Steven, what a great name, says, they said you have a little dick like a Tic Tac, but that's why their mom's breath is so fresh. Ooh,
Oh.
that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so the next thing is Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Now, here's the thing. We can have the news on in the background. Well, what is Amy talking about? Hold on. Amy says purple eggplant role play games. Matt dresses up as Barney for Olivia. I love you. You love me. Won't you touch me where I pee? No?
Oh my goodness.
All right, anyway, so
Oh, jeez.
don't get cock in your mouth. That's right, you called me. It's absolutely right. I fucked it with some coke. All right, so it doesn't matter where we are. We could be watching something on the news. She could be staring right at it. And then afterwards, I'm like, so, honey, what do you think about that? She's like, think about what? What we just
Usually
watched.
not paying attention.
But Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are talked about. And she's like, what happened?
Okay, so
Yeah, you know what? First, people are asking for
Yeah, see the video.
for the Deke video. Dak, Schaefer's, African. Okay.
sealant.
Dick sealant.
Like me,
Oh, you like me.
if you're like me, you find it very hard.
All right. Let me go ahead and open the other one. Sorry.
You can't use it on Safari.
Thanks, hun.
You're welcome.
You find it very
Thanks
hard
for
to keep your dick
thanks
dry.
for the audio and video. My AV girl over here. All right, let's watch this. Guys, this is so funny. It's so good. I fucks it by jamming some cock into it. Here we go. This is one of them that just don't let down. Oh, well, maybe
I
not.
have seen this so many times.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, come on.
Come on, love. Here we go.
Load.
Here we go. Ew, what the blimey?
You find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognise my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then, wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick's the talk of the town. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I'm gonna send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick pics. After all, summertime is all about spending time on your dick. I'll often have 20 to 30 people on my dick at once. That can really wear your dick out, causing dick splinters and discoloration. But with Schaefer's dick sealant, my dick stays a nice golden brown colour. Who wouldn't want a golden dick? I used to never let children anywhere near my dick. My dick was too dangerous for kids to play on. But it seems like every kid in the neighbourhood's been on my dick this summer, and they've all had a good time. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay?
His wife is always on my dick, begging me to know the secret of my perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style cock. I had a huge hole in my dick, but I fixed it by jamming some cock in it. You'd be surprised how many things you can fix by jamming cock into them. Have an extra large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store and ask for the big black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. Don't put it on your penis.
Big black.
It's so good.
There's also a helpful number on.
Don't put it on your penis.
Oh,
All right.
goodness.
So it doesn't get old.
No.
Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom. Walk us through it so you and I can pop smoke. We need a night off.
Yes, we do. Okay, so they have been in a 3-year legal battle. They are suing a 75-year-old man, which I think he's now 78, over a house sale. Well, this man happens to be a veteran. I think he was 101st.
Can I make a
Airborne.
comment?
Yeah.
It's not veteran.
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 It's not
excuse
veteran.
me.
It's not lazy English.
Sorry. You're
Okay.
right on that one.
right,
It's
go
your
ahead.
one time this year, so enjoy it.
He said I was right this morning. He said it's never been so right. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, we need to go. Okay.
We need a what?
I said we need to go.
Really? That's all it takes? I guess I need to go ahead and fix it with some cock.
I can't even talk right now.
Okay, go ahead.
So, this veteran, I think he was.
Don't say it's snotty.
I'm not. I'm making sure I say it correctly.
Okay, go ahead.
I think he was 101st Airborne.
Yeah, 101st.
He also is an entrepreneur, and he is the person who founded 1-800-Flowers and a few other things. He's got a communication company, so he's kind of rich. Well, back in
Kinda?
kinda So he's getting old. He's got Huntington's disease. So that can cause dementia-like issues and many other things. So back in May of 2020, he purchased, I think it was like $15.5 million mansion in LA. And this is where he planned to retire. He never wanted to move again. Well,
listen, hold on. We got some. No, hold on. You got to listen to this.
What?
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Listen to this. David Cupper, with all of his years of experience on podcasts and TV. Don't be a dick on air. Oh, excuse me. Don't be a dick on air. Correct off air, clown.
what?
Dude, he's saying that I shouldn't correct you. Dude, can I say something, bro? She's not going to sleep with you. You don't have to pretend to be chivalrous.
I don't need a knight in shining armor. I have one, and he's sitting 4 feet to the left of me.
See that?
So nice try, but
that?
it's not going to fly.
See that, buddy? David, that's what's known as a fist. So, see, you stepped in it. She's not about that.
I don't need saving.
No, she doesn't need saving.
Nope.
No.
I'm good.
Thanks, David. We appreciate it.
Freaking, I'm Mexican. I don't need saving.
No, she doesn't need saving. So that's why you notice our ratings are so huge there, David, just because we have no problem just having fun.
Hey, Christina Lopez. Remember me? You want some shit? Huh? You want some...
Wait. She's playing something. What?
What?
Haiti, what? Say it again.
No, it's nothing stupid.
Hayden,
on
nothing is
show.
stupid when it comes from you. What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
Hey, you can't do that. Pop in
Hayden,
here
you
and say-
can't pop in here and do a drive-by and then not say it because we couldn't hear you because it was playing Christina Lopez in my ear.
Okay, Mom just said, like, I'm Mexican, and I said, you can't call yourself Mexican if you think Chipotle is spicy.
Yeah, that was stupid. So anyway, so my daughter comes in. She goes, "You can't call yourself Mexican if you think Chipotle is spicy." Yeah, that's true.
I don't
That's
like
true.
Spicy food.
Yeah, I think David left.
Good.
David,
Adios.
is it David Cupper or Cooper?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's don't be a dick on air. Correct off air, clown.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna take that advice. I'm gonna take that advice. Go ahead, Liv.
You don't need to.
I'm not going to. I'm just teasing. You'll say something stupid in a second. I'll point it out. Go ahead.
There you go. So he had to undergo a back surgery, and he was on some pretty high painkillers. Well, I guess when he was in recovery on those painkillers, he freaking can't remember anything. He never put his house up for sale. Katy Perry or Orlando Bloom came in, wanted to buy the house, offered to buy it. He's not in any right mind to do anything, and he signs the papers to sell his house. After 2 weeks, when he's done taking the medicine and he's finishing up his recovery, he's like, wait a second, I don't want to sell the house. I plan to live here for the rest of my life. I'm too old. I can't move. And so they're suing him for his house. And it's been a 3-year battle. And it's to the point where he's too ill to do anything anymore. So his children have taken over it because he can't do anything. But yeah, they're suing him for his house that he never put up on the market in the first place. And the other thing is, I guess this is not the first time they've done it. They wanted to buy an old convent. And that was a big mess. And the nuns that lived there, they were going to kick them out. And the nuns that lived there, like, filed another suit against them. And one of the nuns actually died on the stand trying to defend this. They're horrible people. Just horrible, horrible human beings. I mean, what?
They
why would you
saw
do
a
that?
house and they liked it. It was the color of cherry chapstick.
That was good.
It feels so wrong. Fuck that vet right. I'm going to have that house tonight. Sorry.
Which child is that? Or is
It's
that the
Ethan.
cat? Upstairs?
Hayden's not here. The house was the color of cherry chaps. I was pretty good for improv.
It was. It was great.
I'm surprised that David's not here. Don't steal Katy Perry's songs.
Yes, Kevin. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry are a couple. I know they have a kid together. I think they're married now.
The kid must be an insatiable pussy.
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you what, Orlando Bloom, no offense, that guy is the weakest beta male in every movie.
He was fantastic in Lord of the Rings. I liked
as
him.
Legolas?
Yes.
Dude, he was a blonde-haired guy. Yeah, he was okay.
He was good.
But Troy.
No, Troy.
Died like a punk.
I thought he was good in Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's about it.
No, he was a bitch in number 3 too. Right? Once he got on the Black Pearl, he's always jealous of frickin' of Elizabeth Swann and her and Jack, and he was always so just, dude, stop being such a girl. Yeah, Orlando Bloom's a putz. He's a yutz. And as far as Katy Perry, she can't hold a note to save her life. Baby, it's a firework. Gonna do it till it hurts. Gosh, she's horrible.
She is.
Did you watch that show when that guy came on in the school shooting and she's like,
Yes.
damn it. I just can't take it. I need to let my freak show fly.
Yes.
Freak flag.
Yes.
She's crying waterworks. Baby, it's the waterworks. Yeah, she's something else. Most celebrities are nuts, aren't they?
Yeah, they have to be a little nuts to. Well, she married Russell Brand first.
I can understand. Listen, can you imagine that conversation? Right. So
The conversation. I love how your accent kicked in.
Katie, I have a question for you. What would happen if we transcend the depths of universal contemplation beset by paradox in the equinox of our prime? Do you want a blowjob? That would be the extent of their conversation. Like every single day. I mean, could you imagine talking to Katy Perry and he's just like, how does he dumb down? How does Russell Brand dumb down? In bed. Can you imagine that? Oh, gosh, tantalizing titulations there, Katie. It's fantastic. Oh, your holy index in my colon feels absolutely titulating.
Oh, Albus Snow. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Right, man. I'm 6 months sober right now. No, I don't want any alcohol. Peter, you got a great dick. Okay. If you haven't seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, go watch it. Folks, we're out of here. We're leaving. We're getting it. We're not going to get 1,000 subscribers. I don't know why we keep pushing this thing.
I have raised plenty.
You have. You've done well.
I mean, it's going up like 2 or 3 between every show. It's going to take us like 15 years to get to 1,000, but hey.
Ramon's like, bullshit. It's totally. If you have not seen it, it is so.
Oh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, one of the funniest movies you'll ever.
So
it is
good.
Not family friendly.
No, not at all. No, there's
Do not
definitely
show it to the
full
children.
frontal deek pics are in that movie.
Yeah, it's not
But
family
it's so
friendly,
good.
but
In fact, we need to go watch it tonight.
it's hilarious.
We're watching. If you guys haven't seen this show, it's actually really good. It's got everyone's leaving. It's got Ashton Kutcher in it, and it's called The Ranch.
Oh yeah.
And we love it. It's got Sam Elliott in it. It's got Deborah Winger. Ugh, she's so annoying. And then it's got Alicia Cuthbert.
And then what's his name? Bless you.
Danny
Masterson.
The rapist.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Sorry, forgot we're live. Such a good show. If you have not seen The Ranch, now it's a little cringeworthy because they have Laugh Track in it, and Laugh Track sucks, right? But they do it for a reason. The sets are fantastic. The dialogue's funny. Good relationships. If you haven't seen The Ranch, go watch it. It's really high quality. I love it. It's really a good show. Ashton Kutcher actually is fantastic in it, and Sam Elliott is essentially me. Scuba Steven says, love your show. I'll be back. It's not always this funny. We're doing ad lib tonight. Usually Olivia is much more uptight, usually. Very angry and just totally. It's so angry. Got my shirts, Matt and Olivia. They're great. I'm glad you got your shirts. Folks, you can go to thedumbshow.com and pick up your shirts. You head on over there, and you can use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Remember, 10% goes back to veterans as well. So whatever profit I make essentially goes out of your pocket into somebody else's. But that's okay. If you want to, you can stop by. We will not be live tomorrow. We will not have a recorded show tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. I have a busy day. I've got one of my final interviews, which I'm really excited for. Want to get that done. And then we'll be back Wednesday for a recorded show and live. Amy gave Amy the night off tonight. Leroy is still in training. He's going to be gone for a couple months. But either way, we really appreciate everybody. We love you guys much. We appreciate you watching. Thanks. Go to the current video that I just posted up in regards to Maui. Watch it. And if you wouldn't mind, like it. And we can't wait to see you guys again Wednesday. Yes, Ranch is a good show. I've got the hiccups, which means the protein shake must be done. And adios, hiccup, amigos. Liv?
Night, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. Fun night tonight. Good night, everybody. God bless. See ya. Whenever. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any
Hasta
on ya.
luego.
Here's Olivia. No, that's me. That's me. I like the new angle. The new angle looks good. Camera looks
You
good.
look at any time. So.
Yeah, that's true. But this one looks good too. We're back now. We're like back off a little bit. And this is the way the show used to look. It was a little bit further back. So shows the set a little more. I might pull it back even more. We'll see. Either way, folks,
Enjoy your deck tonight, folks.
She's going to be on my dick all summer.
Kristen.
And she's going to have a good old time. We're out of here. Say goodbye, Olivia.
Night, y'all.
Good night, everybody. See you next time.
I'm David Boreanaz with the Cast of SEAL team, and we have an important message for returning vets.
We want you to know if you're struggling to cope, there's help and it's just a phone call away.
The Veterans Crisis Line is staffed with experienced professionals who know your struggles.
There's no greater sacrifice than service to our country. We're able to enjoy our freedoms because of it.
Your service is important. You are important.
For vets and their families, the Veterans Crisis Line is here to help 24 hours a day. Please call.
Hey, if Mel is not on, luckily I saved that. Tell Mel good luck. I just heard from Olivia. I didn't read it. So Mel, if you're listening, good luck to you. I hope you're okay, and come back when you can. Praying for you. Good night.